Olá, how are you? Tudo bem? Vitor here, your Brazilian friend on the internet, and today's topic might be the most random one, but let's talk about Hannah Montana. And for me, it's super weird to say Hannah Montana because, as a Brazilian, I know her as Hannah Montana. So, yeah, I would try to say her name with the American accent. But if I say Hannah Montana eventually, you know that I'm talking about Hannah Montana. Uh, and why am I talking about Hannah Montana? Because she's turning 20 years old. Like, this is crazy. This is, yeah, almost unbelievable. This shows that I'm like, yeah, getting old. I just turned 32. So, yesterday, I'm recording this on the 4th. Yesterday was my birthday, 3rd of March, and I turned 32. And yeah, 20 years ago, I was 12, and now I'm 32. And Hannah Montana is turning 20, like on the 26th of March, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, like I'm having like a lot of nostalgic feelings about Hannah Montana, and I want to talk about it here. Like there are some things that are like that if you miss the timing, then you have to wait for another, like 5-10 years. I didn't want to wait 5-10 years to talk about Hannah Montana, so let's take this opportunity to talk about Hannah Montana. I like the first time that I saw the show, I think I was 13. And I'm not sure like if I saw the show first or if I listened to one of the songs first. Uh could be like that I listened to something first because I was really like when I was young, I was really into like new music and stuff. So I was always following like new artists and new songs, and I might have like heard Hannah Montana first and then watched the show, but I'm not sure. Uh, but anyway, like something happened, and then I like started watching the show, and I was 13 back then, so my age was similar to the character's age, Miles Stewart, and I really, really liked the show. Uh, but I think that what really hooked me was the whole Hannah Montana thing, like being Miley Stewart, like during the day, Hannah Montana, like during the night. Like, I think that for me, yeah, that really like resonated somehow. Uh, because back then, like, I think I was starting to realize. No, like I knew already. Like when I was 13, I knew already that I was gay. But of course, no one knew, and no one could know like about this. So I was also like living this double life, like I was living my straight life during the day and my gay life during the night, like when I was alone, let's say. So I think that that really resonated with me, like this double life. And of course, as like a gay child, Hannah Montana was everything I wanted to be. Like I wanted to be glamorous, I wanted to be famous, I wanted to be, I don't know, like desired somehow by like other people. So she was everything I've ever wanted to be. Like, so watching the show was like giving me somehow like all those things. Um and I became a fan. Like, I really became a fan of like Hannah Montana first, and then like became a fan of Miley Cyrus because of the show. I'm still like a big fan of Miley. Like, she's for sure, I think, my favorite artist. Even though like Taylor Swift is always on my top one Spotify like artists, Miley is the one that I have, I don't know, the deeper connection with. Probably because of all these things, like that. Yeah, I was resonating with the Hannah Montana story and everything. And also, like, when I was a Christian, she was also like in the Christian phase. So, like, we had a lot of similarities somehow, even though like completely different lives. Like, I saw myself like in her somehow, and I really became a fan. And a fan. You understand me, you get me. It's not a like a fan, like that it's in the roof, in the ceiling. It's like a fan, like, yeah, artist fan. Anyway, I became a fan, and I like watched basically everything from Hannah Montana. Like, I remember downloading like the episodes when they released in the US, because it would take some time for them to like release in Brazil, and I didn't want to wait. So I would download them like using torrents. Yeah, that was the age, using torrent. And I remember like putting the episodes on my iPod and then like watching them in English. And I was like not good in English at all. So, like when you don't know the language like much, and then you're like watching and people laugh, and then you are laughing because they are laughing, but you don't know what you're laughing at. Like, that was me, like completely 100%. That was me. But at least I was watching, like the new episodes and everything. um and like, also the songs from Hannah Montana, like, they can be very very shallow, of course, but like there are some songs that are so, like, meaningful and deep. And yeah, there was this period of my life, like when she released the third album, for the third season, and there are like some really good songs there that I was listening like non-stop, because I was feeling all those feelings, like, let me just check the names here, because yeah, like, I I have to be sure about this. So, first one, Mixed Up. Oh my god, like, I listened to this song so many times, and it's still like today when I listen to this song, like, I don't know, it feels that I'm like 15 uh years old like again. And this was released on like 2009. So 2009 I was indeed 15. Um and I can feel like as if I'm like 15 again, like dealing all the feelings that I was dealing, like regarding my sexuality and everything. So, Mixed Up, I love the song. uh Just a Girl, I was not a girl, but also like this, I love this song, listen to it so many times, so many times. uh because also like I don't know, like it really resonated me like back then, and still like when I listen to this song, like they still resonate with me a lot. Um, and also like every part of me, this one was not like, yeah, didn't hit me like mixed up and just a girl, but every part of me also like really really, yeah, good one. But in general, like this third album was, yeah, like really good. Really loved it. And all these songs that I was like, yeah, listening and like crying. Uh, I remember like one time, like I have this very vivid memory that I was like feeling. So like I was like kind of like in this situationship with like this girl from this Christian group, and like as a Christian, we couldn't like just date. We had to pray to God to understand like if that was the right thing to do and everything. uh so she was giving me like all the signs that she was interested, and like we were friends before like being anything else. Uh, but she would also like send these signs sometimes that like she just wanted to be friends. Uh, and I was like, what is happening here? Like I knew that I was gay. There was also like this guy from school, like this boy from school, uh, that I think that it was my first like crush, real crush, uh, and I really wanted to like be his friend, and then like we became friends first, and like I think that now I can call that a crush, but back then like I didn't allow myself to say that he was a crush. Let's say for me it was like, yeah, I really like him like as a friend and everything. So it was a crush, but it was a crush. And I was like dealing with all these things, like I had this girl from the Christian group, I have this boy from like my school that I was, yeah, I had a crush on him. And like I was getting all these mixed messages from the girl. And then I remember like one day feeling very, very confused with all those things, all those feelings. And then I put like mixed up on my iPod, and then I went to like the front of my house, and it was like, yeah, during the evening, and I was listening to the song and just like feeling all those feelings, like, and thinking that she knew exactly what I was feeling because the song just translated that. Uh so yeah, I have like a lot of memories with Hannah Montana. Uh, and then fourth season came, and like the last season, with Miley like revealing that she was Hannah Montana, like end of an era, and it was crazy because I think that like the last season came out, if I'm not mistaken, 2000. Let's see, 2010 or yeah, 2010. So I was also like finishing school in 2011, so it was kind of like same period. And I was also like a lot of, yeah, like I think that I will always remember you. It's one of my favorite songs of all times. Like I'm not kidding. Like still is. Again, like every time I listen to this song, like I have so many feelings. And this is the song that I used for my goodbye message on my like last job. because every time I listen to it, I'm thinking about like all these things, like all these things that I like experienced and that will no longer be with me, but like really like cherishing all those things and having like all these good feelings about it, but also like having mixed feelings and these bittersweet feelings because it's like ending. So yeah, I remember like when I was finishing school, like I used to like listen to that song like a lot because it was very uh yeah, appropriate to that moment. Every phase basically that I like ending, a chapter that is ending, like a new chapter is beginning, like every time I listen to the song, like yeah, I cry basically. Like when we were moving to the Netherlands, also like I was listening to this song on the airplane, crying. When I was leaving this previous job, like this last job, I was listening to this song, crying. So yeah, like I have this deep connection with Hannah Montana. Uh, and in the end, like I'm gay, so like I connected with this story, like of living two different lives on a more like deeper level, let's say. But I do believe that somehow we all live like double lives, like, and especially men and probably like straight men like live this double life, and they are not the demographics for Hannah Montana like at all, but they should. They straight men should watch Hannah Montana and should think about like like all the things that they are trying to hide because they were taught to hide these things, like uh cuz yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Like I'm like I've been trying to understand more and to study more about like masculinity and like man stuff and everything, uh because I do believe that we are like living in a crisis, let's say, uh where like we don't know how to deal with like men. And I'm not only talking about like straight men, but like men in general. Like us gays, we are not better. Like we might have some goods, like some good things or like better things because we are maybe like more connected with our feminine side, but like we are not better. And if you are gay, you are not better because you're gay. I'm sorry to tell you that, like, we are not better. We have like a lot of work to do, and I truly believe that we don't have a lot of nice people talking about this, like and this is a different topic for a different video, but I'm just like sprinkling my thoughts here because I do believe that like we have an issue here, and we are living this issue to like not the nice guys, we are like letting not the nice guys kind of like dictate what modern masculinity looks like, and this is not healthy at all, like, and they are all disguised in like disguised in these like coach vibes and like yeah, podcaster vibes, trying to make everyone feel better and everything. But in the end, the message is the issue is like women and immigrants and that's it. And then like they're not looking, like within themselves and thinking like, what's my part in all of this, like. And like at first I thought that this could be kind of like, I don't know, dangerous, like these thoughts that I was having, like, yeah, we are in crisis and we need to stop treating men as like the enemies, and we need to somehow like be more empathetic and be more compassionate like towards men, because this is the only way that we will get out of this like hole that we are like in right now. And I was like, yeah, but maybe this is a dangerous thing, because then some like, yeah, sexist guys like, and like, yeah, people, they will take these things and say like, see, women are the problem and blah blah blah. But then I was listening to Jamila. I think that this is her name, Jamila Jamal. Jamila, let's check. Yeah, Jamila Jamil. I was listening to a podcast with her, and she was talking about these things, and I was like, and she is known by her like feminist thoughts and everything, and I was like, okay, if she's talking about this, I'm not crazy. Like, I'm not, uh, yeah, going on a dangerous zone, like thinking about these things. So we do need to talk about these things, like, because in the end, again, going back to Hannah Montana, I really believe that we all have these double lives and we need help like figuring out how to deal with this like double lives. Sometimes like it's a okay-ish like double life, like, yeah, we all have like our own like feelings and uh thoughts that we only know about, but sometimes it's not healthy at all, like when, I don't know, like you are hiding and suppressing like all your emotions because this is what you think you are supposed to do as a man or like as a person, like, or you are living like a certain life because you think that this is what expected from you. So yeah, I think like we all have this like Hannah Montana trait in us. Like, she was living the best of both worlds, but I don't think that we are living the best of both worlds. Like, I think that when we have like these very two separate lives, I think that this can get very dangerous. So I think we need to find a way to reconciliate these things, like our different sides. As in the end, like she found a way to reconciliate and like she had to reveal that she was Miley Cyrus, like, and yeah, Miley Stewart. I'm sorry. Uh, because in the end, it's just not sustainable, I think, to live this double life. And I also like found that out when I came out, like I thought that I could like manage to live this double life. Uh, but then it was too much, like then it was too much and I had to do this for myself. And I still have like a lot of things to learn, a lot of things to unpack, and a lot of things to figure like out about myself, I would say. But that was the first step, like just like taking off my week and say like, people, I'm gay, like that was, yeah, that was necessary and like really important for me. So maybe you also have like a second identity, like that you're hiding somehow, and maybe it's time for you to let it go. Let it go and, you know, review this double side, embrace it, reconciliate, and like find a way to live your life to the fullest, Uh, so, again, a very random video that started with like Hannah Montana and sprinkled on masculinity, modern masculinity, and then it's ending with reconciliating with your double sides. A very random video, I have to say. But yeah, like, let's take this moment, this 20th anniversary of Hannah Montana, to think about our double sides and think about like these versions of like ourselves that we would like to make public, like, or that we would like to reveal to other people. And let's do it. Let's stop pretending that we are something that we are not, like this is making us sick and not well. So let's again take this opportunity to think about these things, think about our Hannah Montana traits, and take off the wig. Take off the wig and review. I'm Miley Stewart to the world, It's time. I will talk about like some things like again here in this channel, like more in a deeper way, let's say. But yeah, I started this video thinking like I want to talk about Hannah Montana, like, but I didn't know where it would like, yeah, end or where this would go. But anyway, it went where it had to like go, so it's fine. We're just thinking together here. So yeah, thank you again for watching this very random video. Um Miley, if you're watching this, probably you won't ever watch this, but if you are watching this, let's talk. Let's sit down and talk. I would love to talk to you about like many things. Uh, but so far, just thank you for making Hannah Montana, yeah, like alive, and for giving us her and for giving us you as well. Thank you for that. And thank you for, yeah, you as well that is not Miley that is watching this. If you like this video, please press the button here. Tell me what you think about all these things here in the comments. And again, let's take off our wigs and let's review our double sides. Okay? And let's listen to Hannah Montana soundtrack, especially third and fourth album. Mixed Up, Just a Girl, Every Part of Me, and I Will Always Remember You. Okay? Okay. So that's all. Take care. se cuida, and see you in the next video. Ciao.